That wasn't you telling you that you have not forgiven. Because you have believed one thought, as you would believe in one thought, he would give it, the enemy was giving you another thought to believe. Look at you, you sit at the table, you're angry. You may not be reacting, you may not tell them that, but you still that, right? You didn't forgive your mama. That's not you. I promise you that's not you. That's the devil, as he was saying, that's the devil trying to draw you back in. It's not God and it's not you. When they said, once you see that you need to forgive, once you saw that, you went and forgave, that was it. And now the light is shining on the darkness, and the darkness is falling away, and the darkness is screaming and lying and saying all kind of stuff, trying to be you. It's lying to you. Look, you were mad last night, you didn't forgive. Come back, you know. And so it's all lie. That was not you telling yourself that. You would never tell yourself that. You would never. But when you see that something is wrong, you heard me say, go and forgive. You saw it for yourself. You went and forgave. That was it. But it's just that identity that you've been believing for so long, and you're not paying a close enough attention to see that that's not you. It sounds like you and it feels like you because the pain is in the body, but it's not. And so relax in that and go through it so you can climb over the wall. You're getting closer and closer to the top of the wall to cross over, and the devil is done. But that was not you, because he'll make you second guess it by identifying with it. Then you say, well, maybe I didn't forgive. I thought I wasn't ever supposed to feel this again or feel anger again. He's lying to you. That makes sense? It's not you. What do you think about that?
I really appreciate it. I think all of the feedback was meaningful.
Yeah.
And I think what Nick said really, what everyone said resonated, but Nick made a point of being present. Like when I reflect back on that conversation with my friend, I was so busy observing the fact that he was just blind, not from a place of judgment, but from a place of, wow, you are so, that was me. Like I was marveling at that. I wasn't present any longer. And I would have had the appropriate words, and who knows, like Nick said, I may have said something impactful had I just stayed present.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate all the feedback. I love what you said. Thank you, everyone, for that.
And I want you to know, it's just, that's not you, all right? It's not you. The loneliness, aloneness, or whatever you're feeling through this death, prepare for heaven is hell. It's a mess. But it's not you. You are dying from a fake life that you've had all your life, thinking that it was you. You're dying from all your identities, all your beliefs, all of the stuff we gather through life, right? You have no idea how many identities and beliefs we picked up in life from other people, what we read, what we heard from things. It ain't real. We've been lied to, and all that prevent us from going through what we got to go through now. If you had not been lied to, this would have been over a long time ago. But there's so many beliefs, and like it's hard to believe that people committed abortions, right? And you shouldn't do nothing about it, anything about it. That's hard to believe. But when you really think about it, what can you do? You know what I mean?
I do. I just feel like I feel like it was premeditated, though. Like when I was feeling that anger, I had time to think it through, but I chose not to. I feel like I sinned, you know, I feel like I fell short, and I think that that's what caused me to be so hard on myself as the week ensued.
You're so wrong.
I had time to think about it.
You're so wrong. You did not fall short. You did not sin. As Nick said, you just went unconscious.
Okay.
You're not guilty. You just went unconscious. God is not holy. Oh, he's not like counting, oh, one sin against you. 2 sins against you. No, the devil lied to you again. You did not sin. you just went unconscious for a moment instead of being conscious. All you need to do is come back to consciousness. But if you judge that, I failed, I'm guilty, you're still worshiping the devil. You're being influenced by lies. And the reason for this is so beautiful. That was you anyway. It's a fake you. None of those things were you. The real you up here has nothing to do with what's happening down here. Those are the fake yous. The real you don't sin. There is no sin in the real you. There's sin in the fake you, the not you. And that's what we're overcoming, the not you, the not self. This worldly self that we've been identified with. So you're judging, Satan making you play God to keep you in hell with him. It's not even you. That was not, you sitting there thinking, oh, I'm mad, I'm ticked, like the Pope. I'm ticked. That's not you, he's lying to you. The real you is not ticked, the fake you is ticked, which is his nature. So you're none of those things you just said.
Well, the last thing I'm going to say is that it's so crazy, Jesse, because by the end of this, like the tail end of this week, all of what happened culminated to me having a conversation with a friend talking about moving out of California. I'm going to Texas, maybe, I don't know, Tennessee. My dad lives there. I got to go. I need to just hit the reset. I mean, it was just crazy. I was just regurgitating pure nonsense.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Anyway, thank you.
And if you stay with it, next week you'll be driving to Texas.
Right.
You can call me, Jesse, I'm leaving, but I watch it online.
Exactly.
But that's what the devil wants you to do.
Actually, you're the only one who kept me grounded in that moment. I'm like, but there's church on Sunday.
Nice. But listen, I want you to watch that and learn from it.
Yeah.
And know that, so because you're dying now, and he's going to come back with some more mess.
Yeah.
Really, he ain't done with you yet.
I know.
But if you relax in it and take the pain of it, it's going to be painful. It is in the bodies, but it's not in you. It's in the flesh. It's not in you. It's not in your spirit.
Okay.
It's in the fate you. And so just let it die no matter what. Okay. Stay with it. And as Nick said, when you're going through it, whatever that is, you leave that little space that when you're sitting there thinking you're mad, the devil tell you mad at this person, blah, blah, blah. Relax and leave that little space of doing nothing about it. Then the love of the Father will come in and a little bit will fill in that space, and that would encourage you to keep going and keep going. Don't overreact. Leave that space there. Don't make a phone call. Don't cuss the man out. A woman, don't pat the car. Leave that little space there so the light can come in. Don't make a phone call. Don't run up front and talk to people. Take it. Leave that space there so the light can come in and save you.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
And it's going to be painful because it feels like it's you, but it's not. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've gone through that. Every human being and most people don't want to deal with this.
No.
That's why they'd rather go down to the front of the church, accept Jesus, read the Bible, go and do a street ministry, because that stuff seems easier than this death. They don't want to have to work on themselves.
Yeah. It's hard.
It's hard. And the only reason it's hard because we don't know not to work on ourselves, meaning don't do anything about it. Don't be in denial about it, but don't do anything.
Right.
The average human being finds it hard to believe that I don't need to do anything. I need to do something. What do you mean? Of myself, I can do nothing. I need to be doing something. That's another setup from the devil. Ain't nothing you can do.
Right.
God even said we can do nothing. Of ourselves, we know nothing. We are dumber than a doorknob. You ever seen a dumb doorknob? All it does is twist and turn. And that's how the thoughts are in the mind. They're just twisting and turning. They're in a cave. And that's why we do the same thing over and over and over again. Sometimes a different woman or a different man or a different situation, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same, you think you get a better husband, it's the same one. Mm-hmm. Because you're in this cave going around in these thoughts, believing that this was going to be better. Oh, I learned from that one, so I'm not going to do this, and it's the same one. So you're fine. It's not you.
Thank you.
Yeah.